believe that reward would cost a head of a general, maybe?
Just mowing them down. Like this is like
Whoa,
the
look at
epitome.
this animation.
Whoa.
I'll be taking that.
Yeah.
He needs that.
He's gonna go jump off to get the head.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is my beautiful wife Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 7 of Vinland Saga, Normanni.
Wonder what that could be about.
I don't know.
We're going to meet a new character here.
Or a location, maybe?
Maybe. Hopefully Thorfin can start to maybe shift back to the ways of his family. It's very sad seeing what's happened to him. But
yeah, for real.
Hopefully it's less devastating. We'll see how this goes. But if you're excited for more episodes of Vinland Saga, make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe down below for episodes coming every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, they are all posted to Patreon in their extended full-length forms with extra commentary and full screen, so make sure to check that out, and it's also a great way to support us as creators. Are we excited for episode 7 of Vinland Saga?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
Early in the 11th century, the invasion of the Vikings and the Danish army continued, becoming more violent every day.
Damn. Making another dagger. Cycle
after
continues.
Several years of seemingly endless attacks, there came a turning point.
Your Majesty, you wish to withdraw our soldiers from England?
They're not being withdrawn. We're letting them rest. Marching them through the winter would be a waste of good men. Besides, allowing them to recuperate will lift their morale.
Floki works directly for him.
As you wish, my lord.
Okay.
Summer. That is when we shall show the English the full might of our forces. And I will proudly lead the army into battle myself.
Huh.
So interesting point there that Floki, I don't know if they've mentioned this, but he reports directly to the king. I think from what they described, isn't it that Thor's had an ancestral home? They were kicked out by this king, essentially.
Yeah.
Floki was with Thor's, and now Floki's turn to be work for the king.
I think so.
Damn.
Quite the
so
betrayal.
Interesting. Yeah, that explains why he went after Thor's, because Thor's ever found out, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Huh. But they're withdrawing and waiting for summer.
But just to give them a rest, not for any other reason.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna get out there himself. Are you buying that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Time off all of a sudden. I can't wait to go home. Especially if we don't have to deal with pirates for a while.
Thought we'd have plenty of loot again this year.
What can we do if the army stops fighting, though?
That's why I hate this work-for-hire nonsense.
You hate it, Gojo?
I wonder what Askeladd's gonna do about this.
Hey, Askeladd. If we're done for the year, then the winter will be rough. We've already raided all the decent villages.
Yes, we have.
So what are we gonna do?
Only one thing to do. We'll just migrate like birds. If there's nothing to eat here, we have to go where the food is.
Yikes.
Two groups, alternating shots. Ready? Fire!
Whoa.
Oh, that was quick.
Retreat!
I like that the helmets are signifying who's who.
Yeah, right. That's super helpful.
So the English just push back the Danish.
Yeah.
Looks like the Franks are fighting each other.
Wait. No, that was a different thing then.
Oh.
Who are the Franks?
A new group?
Oh, is that from France?
France.
Yeah. Okay, so new groups. It's just showing that the cycle keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the Vikings would have a symbol going down the middle too,
right?
And they don't.
Yeah, I thought maybe they just got new hats.
Love you call them hats.
Helmets.
Not many men in the fortress. About 800 attacking the place, though. But why would they want to go in head first like that?
Looks like the headquarters of a powerful clan. Practically reeks of the smell of treasure, doesn't it?
So that's your target, huh? All right, let's do it.
We'll join the attackers, then open that treasury, and everything will belong to us.
Oh, so they're just gonna fake work for the other side.
Mm-hmm. Just leave it to Askeladd.
So Thorfin, well, you better get ready.
Whoa. Has he grown up even more? Yup.
Wow.
Let's go to war.
The way he's treating him is like an apprentice or like a future second in command.
It's really a strange dynamic.
If it wasn't just so exploitative.
Well, you know what the crazy thing is too? This happened.
Yeah. What was going on with those guys?
I mean, I get it.
Make contact with the leader of the attackers. Then give him a message.
He's sending him?
Tactics in battle are pathetic.
I guess he's been doing
Can't bear
that.
to watch. So our troops will lend a hand to help you. It's a once-in-a-lifetime offer, because we absolutely guarantee we'll lead you to victory. Just as soon as the fortress falls, half of the spoils belong to us. Resume the attack in the morning. Keep an eye on them once you finish the speech, to see what they do. Now get moving. Huh? What's wrong? Go on, Thorfin.
Like he's sicking him like a dog.
How many men I've killed?
New voice actor.
Oh yeah?
I think I know who it is. I'll let you
I've been
guess.
your scout, guarded your troops from behind. I've done enough for you. But still, you want more.
Now it's the matter.
I don't. Who is this?
I'll give you a hint. Very, very recent show, but this is an important monologue, so maybe let's just talk about it after the monologue.
Yeah.
I've done enough for you.
Finally.
You want more.
Now it's the matter. Think you deserve a reward? Fine. If you close the deal, I'll give you 3 shiny gold coins. I swear, in the name of Tyr.
He doesn't want money, you freak.
How long are you gonna run from me?
Ho, 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 easy now. I was only kidding around with you. However, I believe that reward would cost a bit more. Say the head of a general, maybe?
That's all he ever thinks about. You sure it's wise tasking him with the negotiations?
It's literally all he wants to kill him.
Losing army will be on edge.
All he thinks about.
It's not uncommon for the messenger to die before they even speak. But what's the harm in risking a stray?
But can you guess who it was?
No, who is this?
Genu. Alex Lee.
Shut up. For
Yup.
real, dude. This kid, hell yeah.
What do you want, little boy? This is no place for a child like you.
I'm an envoy. Does anyone here know how to speak Norse?
You understand this kid? What's he speaking?
He's certainly not a Frank.
What if he's a spy from the fortress?
Let's take him prisoner.
I'm an envoy. Does anyone here speak Norse?
They believe they can claim half the spoils, do they? These damn mercenaries are pushing their luck.
They believe they can claim half the spoils?
You're sure of
They're
yourself?
pushing their luck.
Ah? You little
You're sure
Normanni
of yourself?
brat.
Huh?
A Normanni. Those are the Northerners wreaking havoc in England.
Those are the Northerners wreaking havoc in England.
Your strategy will fail. Assaulting the front gate only sends your men to death. But they have no defenses on the lake.
So we need to attack from there.
That's a fool's errand. The waters in the river that enter it are far too treacherous. Not to mention the waterfall. Our ships were stranded downstream. There's a reason we haven't been attacking from the lake.
Is his eye getting bloodier?
Could very well be.
Ick.
There's a reason we haven't been attacking from the lake.
No, it's staying.
Oh, okay.
Just to be clear, are you refusing? In that case, Askeladd and his men will join up with the fortress. My death won't change that. Without my signal that you agree to their terms, 100 fierce Northerners become your enemy.
Very well.
Excellency.
However, if your words prove false, we'll remove your head from its shoulders. But if they're true, in the name of Jesus Christ our Savior, you shall have an equal share of my loot.
You'll have an equal share of my loot.
I want my dagger back now. It was my father's.
So Thorfinn really has not progressed past that very moment all those years ago.
No.
He's still in it.
That's Thorfinn's signal. 1 shot high, 2 low.
Let's move out. We'll climb up the pass before the moon rises more.
That is a rough river.
I want to go fight too. Damn that idiot general.
So they're used to the seas. I bet they're good at this.
Fair enough.
What's that?
They're probably stuff a legend.
Wow.
Wait, did they really get them with that? No way.
How? Okay.
A dragon, eh?
I love how everyone looks the same and then the leader is just like an entirely different creature.
Yeah.
Was spotted climbing up the mountain.
Indeed. That was the report from the guards watching over the ship at the waterfall. It's a bad omen.
I should like to see one of those myself one day.
It was just their ship.
Okay.
Boy, your brothers in arms are nowhere to be seen.
I should like to see one of those
Are
myself.
they aware of how high the sun has risen?
That was them.
Just start the assault, you fat ass. You'll be here.
Oh my god.
You just insulted me, didn't you? It appears that we will be having a beheading for this evening's entertainment.
Nah, I don't think that's gonna work.
I don't think so.
Troops advance! Troops advance!
You know what somebody pointed out to me that I really wonder if it's like super common? So oftentimes in anime they don't animate all the teeth. Like it's just kind of like a white line.
If
But
you
with
get all the teeth, you're
and
villain.
assholes,
You're a villain.
they
Yeah.
tend to put the teeth in.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
That is really funny.
Troops advance! Troops advance! Forward!
That's a rare Frank command there.
You're just used to waving a white flag.
It's crazy that was
all
the
the
opening
time.
scene of them was them just running.
Yeah.
Damn it, they already started. Move it, you bastards, we're running late. Hope you're ready for a fight. The battlefield's waiting for us.
Oh, wow.
Always the same every time.
Curse it all! Sacrifice as many men as you have to! Get that ladder up!
Tell me, which of their men is the leader?
You see the one
He wants the general's head.
Yeah.
That's him.
He's so fast.
Stop him! Don't let him get away! Take that fool down! Kill! We lost the child and we can't take the fortress! What's the matter with this army? You think I'll let you go home when the snow falls? Well, think again! We're here until that fortress falls!
I don't think you're making it, buddy. Considering you're built like freaking Mr. Toad. Whoa! Are you kidding me?
How can they carry the boat?
Damn!
That's crazy work.
Maybe they took those mushrooms.
There's some mushrooms.
Chat, is this actually possible? I mean, the boats aren't that big. Whoa. Look at that shot.
Damn. Is he gonna climb the wall with the daggers?
Yeah.
Wow. Like a little lizard.
So they can cross the moat.
Oh,
That's
very
genius.
smart.
Everybody row! I'll double the reward of the first ship there! Give it all you've got!
They're like, holy shit.
Those were our allies! Troops, advance! Bring down that fortress!
Yeah, you're not really needed, buddy.
Yeah.
They carried their ships over the mountain.
Calm down, men!
Yeah, that's
Send
crazy.
80 from the east
Carrying it
wall to
over
the
a mountain
harbor.
is insane.
Crossbows, with me!
They can't have actually done that, though.
Maybe.
Right? I guess it depends how
Viking
big the
legend
ships
is
are.
crazy.
Right.
They made it too easy. Not only do they have no defenses here, the shore's shallow too. Keep rowing, men!
Are the boats gonna get stuck? Oh!
Oh!
Gods, they can pierce our shields from that distance.
They must have advanced
Why does he not
bows.
care?
Got crossbows. They may have some casualties.
Crossbolts.
Crossbows.
Crossbows. Well, crossbows, but the bolts are, those are bolts.
What bolt? What?
A arrow that goes into a crossbow is called a bolt.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just an arrow.
They make for easy targets now! Take as many as you can before they land!
Damn.
Oh shit.
A child?
And he's like a middle teenager at this
Oh
point.
my god, he's saving them too.
Maybe they ran out of arrows?
Prepare to land, you
He knows.
bastards! This is our chance!
Yep.
He
It's
said, well,
his
maybe if you give me a
lapdog.
general, cut off his fingers. Damn.
Ugh.
Now he's using their own weapon against them?
Jeez.
He's looking like his dad.
Yeah. Just mowing them down. Like this is like
Whoa,
the
look at
epitome.
this animation.
Whoa.
I'll be taking that.
Yeah.
He needs
He's
that.
gonna go jump off to get the head.
Over the spikes?
But he still only cares about one thing.
That's like, he didn't give a shit about this conflict. He
No.
just... I was gonna say leveling up.
I mean, he cared about it in the sense that it helped him get this head. Oh my god.
Look how much bigger he is. than them.
Jesus.
I mean, they were really tall.
Yeah.
They are.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
Looks to me like they've given up on the gate. So go on and make quick work of those fools.
Oh.
Yeah, your chest is caved, buddy.
Yeah. Not a great sight to walk in on. Oh my god.
They're like, this is how the frickin' Vikings fight.
Normannis did this?
Normannis. That's what they...
Barbaric.
Yep.
I hate his face.
I knew this fortress would be no match for my brilliant military strategy.
Bruh.
If we allow them to leave now, they could turn against us.
How can we stop?
So you're gonna attack?
Climbed over the
Please.
mountain to get here, so they'll have to carry their ships back again. That's our chance. A sailor on the shore is worth little more than a school of trout.
They're gonna die.
Excellency! Urgent message! You may speak. What is it?
The treasury!
They took it all.
It's been cleaned out.
Where is my treasure?
The church and wealthy homes were also plundered.
Huh.
They've taken everything of value.
They're experts.
I must congratulate the leader of the Franks. We each take half the spoils, right? Your half is the victory. And our half is the treasure.
Oh, come on.
Does that work for you?
That is such a cop-out.
That seems more than fair.
Wow.
You keep the fortress.
I'll kill you!
No, you won't.
Sail over the waterfall. Ready the ships.
But sir, the ships in the fortress's harbor have been destroyed.
Huh? I can't understand you. Anyway, men, should we set sail?
Thorfinn hasn't returned.
No kidding. Well, he must be dead then. That's more treasure for the rest of us.
Coming out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
He's alive. That kid is tough.
Not a scratch.
Askeladd! The head of a general.
So you got it.
He can't keep avoiding it.
You promised. No escaping it now.
There's no room to duel here, but...
I, warrior of Iceland, son of Thor's, Thorfin,
Oh.
in the name of my father's sword, challenge you to a duel, Askeladd.
His father's sword.
Avenge my father's death at your hands.
I, Askeladd, son of Olaf, in the name of my ancestor Artorius, accept this challenge from Thorfinn. But let's save it for later. Right now, we
All right, we're just gonna push it off.
That's fair. You're
Okay,
being
yeah.
shot. Oh, they're going down the waterfall?
Oh, no.
You know what? Who cares if a dragon shows up?
Mhm.
I'm not scared.
That's right. It's a dragon.
Damn. Might have lost a little
Are they
treasure.
good?
Yeah, I think their boats are built for that.
Damn.
Lovely meeting you, Franks.
And they thought they'd have to carry them over the mountains again.
They just are in an entirely different league
Yeah.
of fighters and shipbuilders. Okay, now we're not being shot at, so it's fight time. Come on. This is such a cop-out. I need to see this fight.
Well, that is where we're left for this episode of Vinland Saga.
You've grown taller. It's been a few years, huh? You were still a little guy the last time.
Wow.
Listen to your damn elders!
Well, hopefully we get the fight next episode.
Probably not though, because he's probably gonna keep going. But we need to do this thing for me. We'll do your thing tomorrow, and then just say that every single day for the rest of time.
Yeah.
What a douche.
Yeah, what a douche indeed. But that was a really cool fight.
Oh, that one,
sequence.
the like POV, you're Thorfinn fighting your way through a line of soldiers, and then the generals at the end. That was amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what happens next, but I hope it's Thorfinn fighting Askeladd, but I also don't want him to in some ways. I want him to just be like, wait, my dad knew better than this. Thank you for watching, and make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe down below if you enjoyed / were like saddened by that episode.
Yeah.
A little Attack on Titan vibes there.
Exactly.
If you can't wait and want to see these episodes right now, they are all posted to Patreon in their extended full-length form, so make sure to go check that out. We have a lot to discuss, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
Thank you for watching. For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our incredible Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions we answer after every episode of any show we watch, join the link in the description below and start asking. For now, let's go to question 1. Aaron28 asks, in this episode, we get a bit of a time skip and we see how much stronger Thorfinn is now. What do you think Thorfinn's chances of beating Askeladd are at this point?
I mean, Thorfinn's gotten so much more powerful, obviously. I feel like they've been deliberately holding off on having us see Askeladd in his like full force fighting.
Well, I mean, we saw it with Thor's, you know, like that was his all out.
Yeah, but that was once, and that was 10 years ago. When people age, they stop being as strong. And he keeps sending Thorfinn to fight his battles for him. So I wonder, I don't know, I feel like I don't have a super solid grasp on where exactly Askeladd's current fighting skills are compared to Thorfinn.
I'd agree that I don't know where his skills are compared to him, but I would say that Askeladd's probably pretty exactly comparable to the way he was with Thor's.
You think?
Yeah, I'd say that, like, if he went from like 30 to 40, but like constantly living a lifestyle of fighting where like it's your entire culture, I don't know. I think we would have been seeing, let me put it this way. We would have been seeing signs, I think, throughout the time skip of him slowing down in some way, and we haven't. I think he'll be the same level of skilled. But the part I agree with you on is I think we have no idea whether Thorfinn is close to that.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say is that Thor's beat Askeladd powering down against his speed. This would be speed versus speed, and Thorfinn, I would say, would be faster. So I think he actually has a pretty good shot of beating Askeladd, in my opinion.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll see, but let's go to our second question.
Imagine they fight and Askeladd just kicks the shit out of him again.
Probably.
Horrible.
Question 2. Amaya Mix asks, what are your thoughts on Askeladd as a leader in combat and amongst his men? Separately, what are your thoughts on Askeladd's manipulation of Thorfinn?
I mean, I can't say he's not good at his job, right? Like, he's very clearly a highly skilled fighter who knows what to say to his men, both strategically and like motivationally, to get them to give him the best possible outcome, so that you can't understate that.
And like, unlike the guy with the chain whip at the beginning where he like hurts his own people, he hasn't attacked his own people.
That's true. He does seem like team oriented, like very us versus them, but he's in the us.
Yeah, exactly. So I think like if he likes you, you are living large, and I think he's probably a great leader to them in that way.
I think all of his men really like him.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
But I do think he's extremely morally reprehensible. But
100%.
Like, to be clear, just like, because somebody I remember at one point was like, oh, you judged his sister too harshly when she mentioned like the slavery and everything. It's not that we are like, I can't believe she has that opinion. Like, we know that like during that time period it was more common. We're still gonna call it out. It's not good.
Well, and also the idea of everyone at the time thought that way, while someone at the time did not think that way.
Like in
exactly.
the family. Like,
immediately disproves that entire line of reasoning.
And we know that Thor's is also like a very rare sort of mentality here, but the show
some
is
people
trying to tell you
that
this is bad, I feel
exactly.
like. So that's kind of more what we're pointing out. We're not saying
not
like
everyone thought
nobody
that
gets
way.
to have that opinion, but like
it's wrong.
Okay. Same thing with Askeladd, where like the pillaging is something that is just commonplace among Vikings, but it still sucks.
Yeah, horrible.
So in that way, I think that's bad leadership. But his manipulation of Thorfinn, it's kind of a unique strain of manipulation.
Yeah,
like,
no, it totally is.
Like, I think the apt metaphor is like him fake sleeping, not even looking at him, but knowing he was there and making decisions based off that. He keeps being like, well, if he drowns, he drowns. And he clearly knows he's right. He's right there and he's going to come back, you know? Like,
no, he has this like outward facing persona, and then there's the way that he like actually feels, and they're very, very different.
Yeah, but I think the thing that is keeps being most shocking to me is that he is keeping Thorfinn alive, was definitely affected by Thor's, yet still just no prisoners kill everyone.
Yeah, did not.
What?
He was super affected by it, but it didn't change him at all.
Do you get what I mean? Like,
yeah.
that, like
no, it's super counterintuitive.
They're presenting
very,
a character
very
with
weird.
a lot of nuance, and in terms of his manipulation of Thorfinn, like clearly Thorfinn is still in that moment, and he's essentially just delaying the battle and getting him as an asset because he knows. I think he knows potentially that he can beat him, but wants to get as much utility as he can until that point.
Yeah, well, it kind of reminds me of like if you've ever babysat a child who was just not wanting to listen at all, and you have to frame it in like I bet I can eat my vegetables faster than you.
Yeah.
Like where he's just like getting him to do exactly what he wants, but framing it in like I don't know, maybe if you pick up your toys fast enough, then we can have ice cream. But it's like, bring me the head of that general, and then maybe I'll let you fight. Like, weird. It's weird.
Yeah, but
it shows a
saved his
deep
team,
understanding of the way Thorfinn thinks and works, which, again, counterintuitive.
Yeah, and what do you mean by counterintuitive?
It doesn't make sense that someone would know so much about someone that they claim to not give a shit about.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he is like that much of like a finger on the pulse of exactly how Thorfinn needs to be spoken to in order to get what Askeladd wants, but then having this persona of like, oh no, I don't give a shit, like, the kid could die, whatever.
Yeah, I think potentially, I just had an interesting thought.
Okay.
What if Askeladd had his father killed by somebody, spent his whole time getting strong to kill that person, and so he just kind of sees himself in Thorfinn or something? He's son of Olaf.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder, like, they keep making a point to show like, hey, this family is here, but the exact same kind of thing exists on the other side. Like,
yeah.
You get what I mean? Like,
right.
And
how like people are just people, and then it's split up into sides and groups, but like at the very core, like they're just humans.
And I think Askeladd like maybe saw his own dad in Thor's in a way, you know, like,
interesting.
I don't know. It's interesting, but
it definitely feels like there's like a past significant thing that happened to Askeladd that we don't know about that's completely shaping the way that he thinks about the whole Thorfinn situation.
Totally. And one interesting thing about Askeladd they keep doing is having this like really comedic facial expression where he kind of laughs and then it just shifts to incredibly serious.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like when he was like, do you want to lead our group?
Yeah.
It was a joke. And it's like,
I'm just joshing.
I don't know if that was a joke, but anyway.
Also, what's with all the dog comparisons?
What do you mean?
Like he keeps calling him a stray and keeps like sicking him on people, like really like treating him like a dog.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and then he kills the dogs, and then there's a dog on his bed.
How are dogs domesticated?
Yeah.
Throw them a bone by the fire when they're starving.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did. But anyway, let's.
No, because like the idea of like a dangerous wolf who's starving, needing to align themselves with humans who could kill them, but don't because they're just not enough of a threat. That's very Askeladd and Thorfinn.
Yep.
And then the hunting dogs, and then just the pet dog as the like
the scout.
Domestication. Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Ooh.
It's very interesting.
That is interesting. What a great show.
Yep. Let's go to our final question. Gdog88 asks, do you think there's a difference between Kurapika wanting to kill the Phantom Troop and Thorfinn wanting to kill Askeladd? If so, what and why?
Yeah. If Kurapika went and worked with the Phantom Troop for 10 years in order to like helped them further their goals and accomplishments and lived alongside them for 10 years, then it would be the same thing.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Hisoka is faking as a member of the Phantom Troop, and Hisoka said something to Kurapika and then surrendered, and Kurapika hasn't shared it. Maybe it's like, I'm in the Phantom Troop, like come like meet me or something, and it's similar to this in that way. I don't know.
What if the show just completely cracked Hunter x Hunter for you?
Yeah, maybe. But no, I think they're very different in that because of the thing you mentioned, that Kurapika is now working with the people that he wants to take out.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the issue is that Thorfinn didn't have a choice. Like, it's important to mention that Thorfinn doesn't have a choice here. Like, he can't go anywhere. Like,
yeah, I suppose that's true.
Like, he was the only one that stowed away, and then he had nowhere to go.
Couldn't he have just not stowed away?
You're
just saying
away.
Once
he
did that,
old.
he was stuck?
Yeah, like,
okay.
He was literally on the boat crying and freaking out and still processing. Like, he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
And then he gets roped in, and then he gets told, well, if you do this, then you can get what you want. And he's like, oh.
Yeah, for a
I'm
6-year-old
only gonna
brain,
do
that kind of tracks. It's honestly pretty surprising that he hasn't been like Stockholm syndromed. Like the fact that he's still so locked in on, you guys are bad guys and I'm gonna kill Askeladd. Like that's unexpected.
And be honorable about it. Like,
yeah,
he's listening to his father being honorable and having the duel, but isn't understanding that his dad doesn't kill. Like,
yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like, he's getting, it's like he's picking the lessons he wants from his dad.
Absolute
like,
cherry
only
picking.
use this knife if you absolutely have to. And he's like, well, in order to avenge you, I have to. So that works. Like, he's so blinded by his
total
hatred.
Loophole.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's ever going to dawn on him just how absolutely just
I don't know if he could live with it if it did dawn on him. With all the horrible things he's done to get to this point, I don't know if you can go back.
Yeah, I think you can. Thor's did. And also, like, it's
in
horrible,
the climate.
but it's a very common thing in this day and age.
No, that's true.
If anything, if you don't, you kind of are outcast in their society in a sense. But I don't know. It's certainly getting it's got a lot of themes to unpack, and I'm really loving the series thus far.
Yeah.
But that is where we are left for episode 7 of Vinland Saga. Are we excited for episode 8?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.